In 1958, a hard-headed, innovative Italian World War II veteran who grew up in poverty on a farm and spent most of his early life working as a mechanic, and later became super rich from his innovative tractor business, decided to jump in one of his many super expensive exotic cars, a Ferrari to be specific, and headed to lodge a complaint with the founder of the notoriously luxurious Ferrari exotic car brand, Enzo Ferarri. The complaint was about how the clutches of his Ferrari kept malfunctioning and that the company's customer service was horrible. As history tells, Enzo Ferarri refused the meeting at first, but later agreed to meet and had a rather rude answer to deliver to the complainer. The clutch is not the problem. The problem is that you don't know how to drive a Ferrari, and thus you break the clutch. That short and rather harsh answer led to something truly amazing and majestic. It literally changed history and the future of the Italian-made exotic and GT cars industry forever. It simply resulted in the birth of the notoriously powerful, mean road machine Lamborghini. This is the story of the farmer turned tractor mechanic who became one of Italy's greatest automotive icons, Ferruccio Lamborghini, and his amazing supercar. Ferruccio Lamborghini was no ordinary man. He had an eventful, busy life that ended with a legacy that is bound to last for hundreds and even thousands of years. As a critical thinker, he was known for challenging the status quo and his uncompromising approach. He was born on April 28, 1916, in the Emilia-Romagna region of northern Italy. His parents were poor farmers. Since his childhood, he has expressed great interest in farming machinery more than farming itself. He found great joy in working with mechanical objects for long hours every day. That interest, which was more like a hobby that he truly cherished, led him to focus on learning the art of mechanics. Eventually, he obtained a mechanical engineering degree from the Fratelli Taddia Technical Institute near Bologna. But when he was barely fresh out of college, Europe once again turned upside down with the start of World War II. Like millions of other Italian men, in 1940, he was drafted into the Italian Royal Air Force, where he immediately put his engineering skills to work by fixing tanks and military vehicles even during battles. His superiors were impressed and stationed him as the head mechanic in a military base on the beautiful Greek island of Rhodes, which was at the time a territory of the Kingdom of Italy. Marooned on an island amid the biggest global war of all time, he struggled in finding parts to fix the war machines. But still, he found a solution by modifying different parts and using scrap metal, thus creating the parts he needed. He excelled and earned the reputation of a magician and prolific tinkerer who could fix anything mechanical. Before the end of the war, he was captured by the British Army, and they too utilized him as a miracles-making mechanic. He was released in 1946, returned home, and got married. But once again, the heavens did not smile at him and struck him with misery. His wife died in 1947, while giving birth to his son, Tonino Lamborghini. Months later, he opened a garage in Pieve di Cento, where he managed to build his first tractor by modifying old military trucks and equipment. The tractor became a hit, and people loved it so much that soon, Ferruccio found himself building one tractor a week just to keep up with demand. This was the first Lamborghini vehicle. It was a tractor made from modified old war junk and scrap metal. To this day, Lamborghini's core business is still tractors and other farming equipment. One of the amazing inventions by Ferruccio that led to high demand for his tractors was the fuel atomizer that he fitted on the 6-cylinder Morris engines he used in his tractors. This atomizer reduced fuel consumption, which was extremely necessary because petrol in Italy was very, very expensive at that time. Soon he became rich, but still kept his hands dirty with oil and grease. In 1947, he modified a Fiat Topolino car into a screaming, powerful 750cc open-top two-seater, and later, in 1948, entered the car in the Mille Miglia open road endurance race. Unfortunately, his participation in the race ended after 1,100 kilometers when he ran the car into the side of a restaurant in the town of Fiano in Turin. Nevertheless, he was on the roll. In 1948, he established the Lamborghini Trattori Company and began expanding and competing with the industry heavyweights, such as Fiat Trattori and Landini. And before you know it, his company began the mass production of tractors, including new models such as the DL40 and DL50. In 1955, the company produced its first tractor with tracks instead of wheels, the DL-25C crawler. In the mid-1950s, Ferruccio became one of the wealthiest men in Italy and expanded into the production of air conditioners and heating systems, which proved to be very lucrative. He suddenly found himself able to afford the most expensive exotic cars and did not waste any time buying many and even wrecking a few. He owned cars such as Alfa Romeos, Lancias, Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, Jaguar E-Type Coupe, Ferrari 250 GT SWB Berlinetta, and Maserati 3500 GT. His love for his cars turned him into a brazen critic. He once said, "Adolfo Orsi was a man I had a lot of respect for. He had started life as a poor boy, like myself. But I did not like his cars much. They felt heavy and did not really go very fast." Ferruccio Lamborghini was also a critic of Ferrari and openly said that the cars were good, but too noisy and too rough to be proper road cars. And as if that's not enough of an insult to Enzo Ferrari, he categorized them as repurposed track cars with poorly built interiors. This marked the beginning of a feud between Ferruccio and Enzo Ferrari. This feud became a war when Ferruccio discovered that Ferrari fitted its cars with clutches from the parts list of one of the tractor models he makes. Furious with anger, Ferruccio Lamborghini made a plan. He first had a new factory built in an industrial area in Sant'Agata, solely dedicated to building the best GT cars possible. In 1963, the first model introduced was the Lamborghini 350 GTV, which was followed by the 400 GT 2+2 in 1966. Initially, his mobilization was not driven by profits, but rather by his love for sports cars and a strong desire to build the ultimate GT car that no other maker could provide him with. And of course, his feud with Enzo Ferrari acted as fuel for the fire. In 1966, his team of engineers got tired of his controlling personality and interference in their work. So they prepared a surprise for him when they secretly built the first exotic Lamborghini supercar with a rear mid-engine two-seat layout. The queen of the roads, the Miura, was born. Although Lamborghini began investing heavily into the production of GT and exotic cars, the tractor business, Lamborghini Trattori, continued to bring in great profits as sales grew exponentially in 1968 and 69. This led the company to adopt a strategy aimed at improving both the technical quality and the production volumes of its tractors. Lamborghini tractors were the first in Italy to be fitted with a synchronized gearbox as standard. In 2014, the Nitro tractor caused Lamborghini Trattori to win a series of international awards, including Tractor of the Year, Golden Tractor for the Design 2014, and the Red Dot Award 2014. In 1973, the Lamborghini Automobile Company became separate from Lamborghini Trattori, the tractor producing business. Today, it is owned by the Volkswagen Group and is placed under the control of the group's Audi division. Lamborghini cars are now a powerful, elegant global brand that represents quality and wealth with luxury monsters such as the Huracan EVO and Aventador SVJ. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon